Let's turn to that story that's breaking at the moment. You can see those flashes on your screen. The Trinamool Congress has now filed charges against a constable who has accused one of their MPs, party MP Prasun Banerjee, from slapping a traffic constable for stopping his car from driving in the wrong lane in Kolkata. Before assaulting the policeman on duty, Banerjee reportedly warned against teaching him the law since he's a member of parliament. No complaint has been filed against Banerjee. He has walked free. And now we are being told, as I said, that the Trinamool Congress instead has filed a complaint against the policeman whom they accuse of assaulting the member of parliament.
ঠিক আছে ড্রাইভার সাহেব দাঁড়িয়ে আছে তাও সে যাবে তোমার মারলো হ্যাঁ দিয়ে পরে আবার ওই ইয়েকে নিয়ে এসেছে প্রসূন ব্যানার্জিকে নিয়ে এসেছে প্রসূন ব্যানার্জি বলছে যে আপনি কি বলেছেন কাকে কি বলেছেন হ্যাঁ নম্বর লিখে নিন আপনার গাড়ি কি করবেন করুন থানায় ফোন করুন আমি ঠিক আছে আপনার গাড়ির নম্বরই লিখে নিচ্ছি এরকম বলে রেগের মধ্যে আরো দুটো একটা কথা হয়েছে এক চল মেরে দিল।
Okay, let me go to the newsmaker of the moment. Prasun Banerjee is joining us there from Kolkata. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Banerjee. You find yourself in a controversy, not the first Trinamool Congress MP. Did you slap this constable, yes or no?
No, sir. This is a fully wrong story. I think this is a fully wrong story.
Why would a constable lie, Mr. Banerjee? Why would a constable lie and say that this is a wrong story?
No,
why would a constable lie?
I don't know, Mr. Rajdeep. I'm an Indian captain. I'm an Arjun Award. I'm getting many things from my footballer. I know what is discipline. I may never get any yellow card in my life. I tell you, I am different man. I'm sorry to say some small things is there when I'm passing the road. Yes. Slightly in between, just talking about hardly talking. Then I just coming back again. I come to my office.
Did you slap him
from Calcutta?
Did you slap him? Because you were driving in the wrong lane, did you slap him?
No, sir, I'm not in wrong lane. I'm just right turn. I'm turning right. You know, this leg turn. From airport, the car will come. From that side, a right turn. Then from that time, some problem is some car is coming. Every day when I going that way, that police, all the police most probably, they knows me. They just stop there, move from airport to Ultolaga, all the traffic. Then I will be there. I am going right, then within 1 minute, that's same thing. But Calcutta police, everybody is aware to me. They are too good to us, wonderful they are working. But these are fully wrong things. I never slap anybody in my life.
No, hold on. Now I am told the Trinamool Congress has gone and filed charges against the constable. What did the constable do that he should have charges against him? You have come on television claiming you did nothing and charges are being filed against the poor constable?
Mr. Rajdeep, they are thinking, you know, Calcutta and all the most media, they started same thing. They love me, they respect me as a footballer, as an MP. That's why they come to there and telling everything, writing there. But you know, they are very much aware, very much disappointed. Within 5 minutes, or most probably our domestic channel, they started everything. Prasun Banerjee, slap him. I never tell you. I never did it.
You did
I
not.
Tell you. No, I never did.
I want to understand. I want to understand this because the Trinamool Congress has now acquired a reputation where its MPs are accused of being high-handed. You know that Mamata Banerjee's nephew was found on tape last week or 10 days ago slapping someone at a rally. Now the questions are arising. That do you believe that you alone know the law? Did you try and take the law into your own hand? Do you believe that a policeman has no right to tell you when you have to drive, when you drive in the wrong lane?
Yes, 100%. 100%. But I've been wrong.
Policeman has the right,
Mr. Rajdeep.
The traffic policeman has the right to tell you?
I'm right. Maybe no. One thing, not against him. I'm telling you, when the car is coming from airport to Calcutta, that's why I'm just right turn. I'm not wrong lane. I tell you that every day when I come from there, I staying at Bangur Avenue to my office in Howrah. I'm an MP of Howrah. I'll go same lane. Every day some of police is there for MP round from MP rounding from there. They are stopping their car. Then I round right turn within 1 minute. That's the same thing, very small thing. I tell you. Only I write there that they are abusing this. They are asking me, "Hey, Prasunda, आप किस लिए जा रहा?" That is true. MP, I mean, no. I'm not MP. Just हमको छोड़ दो, पापा MP है, हमको थोड़ा छोड़ दीजिए. I just want to go right. Nothing, I tell you. Only this thing. Then I just
you used your power as an MP. You said you are an MP. मेरे को छोड़ दो. let me go, right?
नहीं, not that, but वो right turn होता ना, जो right turn के लिए आज बोला right turn जाएंगे हम MP बोल के नहीं, ऐसी है जो green से red होगी हम चल जाएगा, जस्टिस अब वो बोल सकते हैं, वो जैसे बोले जस्ट traffic was telling me, ये प्रसून दा सर आप भी क्या करছেন की करছেন, तो I telling sorry चलो भाई कुछ नहीं, चलो चिल्लाओ मत, then I write down. Only small in misunderstanding, small.
So it's a misunderstanding. You're calling it a misunderstanding.
To us.
You're calling what Bengali channels today are saying 100%. That you slapped the MP is a lie. You're saying this was only a misunderstanding.
No, there is any proof. Mr. Rajdeep, you are a great man. I am also Indian Arjun Award Indian football captain. I tell you, any proof is there. I just take you bow down. Never you to prove anything. I tell you this very badly.
So if there is any proof, you will step down. If there is any proof, you will apologize to this constable.
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Any proof you prove me.
Okay. Okay. We will. And unfortunately, we don't have any video. We only have the soundbite of the constable who has claimed that he was slapped by you. We are going to leave it at that. We are going to leave it at that. Prasun Banerjee, yes.
Mr. Rajdeep, I tell you again.
Yes.
I tell you again, you are a very nice man. I know, I'm also, you know, I'm an Indian football captain before. I'm an Olympic captain. I'm Arjun Award winner. I have some discipline. I have some respect. I get Arjun Award. Yes. I know what is what. I'm waving properly. Everybody's. I not against them. This Calcutta police and Bengal police going very nice.
Let's leave it at that.
I tell you small thing.
Let me leave it at that. You're claiming you're a footballer who plays by the rules. You've never got a yellow card and no policeman gave you a yellow card. Prasun Banerjee, appreciate your joining us as our newsmaker tonight on the news today at 9. Thank you very much. Let's turn to another special story tonight. In August last year, Narendra Modi had criticized the DRDO's Chalta Hai attitude. Now, nearly 5 months later, the Appointments Committee of the Cabinet, headed by the Prime Minister, sacked DRDO Chief Avinash Chandar last night. While Defence Minister Parrikar says the Agni man was removed to make place for a younger generation, that explanation is not cutting ice with the BJP's political rivals, who are saying this is yet another example of high-handedness of the Modi government. Jugal Purohit now reports.
The news of his ouster came as a shock for Agni man Avinash Chandar, the chief of the Defence Research and Development Organisation.
No comments.
Sir, आखिर क्यों ऐसा हुआ sir?
No comments.
Interestingly, the government had extended Chandar's contract in November till May 2016, but decided to terminate his contract 15 months ahead of time.
I have recommended that I do not want this position to be held by a person on a contract. I think we should introduce in scientific world slightly younger generation.
Even though the DRDO chief Dr. Avinash Chandar himself refused to comment, the establishment is in shock. They say that there was just no inkling that they had that the government had such a move planned, as indicated by the Defence Minister himself, who said that he had personally recommended Dr. Chandar's ouster.
So what led to the government's change of heart? And did Modi's August message have any bearing on Chandar's sudden ouster?
कि DRDO ने प्रोएक्टिव होकर के एजेंडा सेट करना है, लेकिन हमने स्वभाव से अरे चलो चलता है, क्या तकलीफ है.
The list of DRDO projects which have been delayed is a long one. However, according to Defence Ministry's own statement in the Parliament, this list includes light combat aircraft Tejas, its naval variant, its engines and several such other missiles which the DRDO has failed to provide to the Indian Armed Forces on time.
So you've seen that we are going to have a new DRDO chief. How do you see this, sir?
Well, I think that's the government's decision.
The Defence Minister's statement failed to cut ice with the Congress. That's demanded an explanation from the Prime Minister himself.
DRDO and other critical defence establishments cannot be trifled with in this manner. The government needs to explain.
Prime Minister go and say we need younger scientists, everything else. But the younger scientists, you're not even getting scientists. Forget about younger scientists.
While the government claims there is no ulterior motive behind axing Chandar from the top job, the move has confounded many. So is this just a tough message over DRDO's Chalta Hai attitude? Or is there more to Chandar's ouster than meets the eye? With Jugal Purohit, Shujoy, Headlines Today.
Has succumbed to what many are calling fringe pressure from fringe groups, and put down his pen. In an emotional swan song, Murugan said, and I quote, "The writer is dead, he will continue to live as a teacher." Tamil parties have remained quiet over the issue. Srisha Reddy with that story.
Writer Perumal Murugan in his book depicted that a childless woman could sleep with other men on the car festival night at a temple to conceive. A traditional ritual that existed in his hometown some 100 years ago. The BJP and the RSS took offence and called Perumal Murugan a maniac.
He is a sort of a man having a decayed mind, a filthy mind, to write all abusive languages. Even in this, he uses many abusive words. So, the only objection by the local people.
While his publishers and other authors stand by the writer, Murugan has urged his publishers not to sell his books and has asked people to burn his books.
2010 ஆண்டு மாதுருபாகன் என்னும் நாவலை நான் எழுதினேன். அந்த நாவலுக்கு களமாக திருச்செங்கோடு என்னும் ஊர் பெயரை நான் பயன்படுத்தி இருக்கின்றேன். இப்போது 4 ஆண்டுகள் கழித்து அந்த நாவலுக்கு சர்ச்சை கிளம்பி இருக்கிறது. ஊரை திருச்செங்கோடு என்னும் ஊரை இழிவுபடுத்துவதாகவும் இங்கு வசிக்கக்கூடிய பெண்களை இழிவுபடுத்துவதாகவும் கடவுளை நான் அவமதிப்பதாகவும் இவ்வாறு பல குற்றச்சாட்டுகளை இந்த நாவலை பற்றி சொல்கின்றார்கள்.
I think they should be proud of Perumal Murugan, and even if they are not proud of Perumal Murugan, at least I expect them not to abuse him and curse him for his creativity. There is nothing to be ashamed of in what Perumal Murugan has written.
This is what Murugan wrote on his Facebook page. Perumal Murugan, the writer, is dead. As he is no god, he is not going to resurrect himself. He also has no faith in rebirth. An ordinary teacher, he will live as P. Murugan. Leave him alone. Dravidian parties that took on the caste system and irrational beliefs say this issue raises suspicion as the book was released in 2010 and why the caste outfits want to oppose it now.
4 years after that book was written, and it was also translated in English and sold the world over, somebody claiming that it has wounded the sentiments of section of the people, I don't know what they were doing for so long.
With Srisha Reddy in Chennai, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Let's go straight to our face-off. Is this another example of free speech versus the fringe groups? Joining me now, N. Ram, senior journalist and former editor-in-chief of The Hindu. Suman C. Raman, political analyst, joins us. Mr. Ram, is it as simple to say that what has happened to Mr. Murugan, the death of a writer, is an example of free speech being stifled once again, this time allegedly with various fringe groups, some linked to the Hindu, larger Hindutva Parivar responsible for it?
Yes, absolutely. Here's a writer at the height of his creative powers. I've read the novel. Madhurubagan means, it's been translated into English, available in a Kindle edition. You can read it yourself. It's a very deftly written novel, deeply researched so far as setting is concerned, naturalistic in some ways, but a gripping story. It's also had a sequel. And 4 years, it was actually published first in Tamil in 2010. And more than 4 years later, they suddenly find it offensive, and a gang up of these bigots, these fanatical outfits with some caste groups has brought this about. But above all, it's a failure of the state and a direct flouting of the Supreme Court's judgments, several judgments, but notably the judgment in 1989 in the Ore Ore Gramatile case. And also there's another judgment in the MF Hussain case in 2008, the Delhi High Court. The judge who gave it is now Chief Justice of the Madras High Court, Mr. Justice Sanjay Kishan call, he's dwelt on this at length.
Can I come to the
flouting of the Constitution when the administration mounts pressure? Yes.
Can I come to the role of the state in a moment?
Yes,
but
sir.
first, I just want to focus on the content of the book for a moment. Suman C. Raman, why do you believe that in this case, Mr. Murugan has written a book which offends sentiments? Effectively, he was talking about the story of a childless couple, and then through consensual sex with a stranger, the childless couple bears a child. Why do you believe this book offends sentiments, and whose sentiments are we talking of here?
Okay, Rajdeep, we have to look at the two key issues here. One is, let us take this particular case. This particular case, why has it come up now? It's purely political. The Sangh Parivar and the assorted Hindu outfits see an opportunity to build a caste base and build a kind of consolidation of the Hindutva vote. So therefore it's come up now. So this has got nothing to do with honestly about the true freedom of speech or expression. This man happened to be in the wrong place. Somebody found out, and he's also been writing about the education mafia and all that. So somebody wanted to fix him. A lot of them got together and they sort of did the job.
Yes.
So this is purely from a political. But look at the larger picture. In India, by and large, what is freedom of speech? If I write something which is anti-Hindu, it is freedom of speech. If I write against any other community, then I need to be socially responsible. I should not write anything which foments social unrest or which can create, unrest in society. So we have these double standards which we have been having for decades now. So while one would definitely defend, one would defend Mr. Perumal Murugan's freedom of expression. But by the same token, let's take a very simple example, Rajdeep. The latest cover of Charlie Hebdo. How many Indian publications carried the image? They didn't, and I believe that they were right in doing so because they did not want it to create unrest in society.
So you're saying
you've got to understand.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
you made an important point about double standards. Let me come back to that point of double standards. Ram, is other double standards that if someone writes something which is anti-Hindu, he can get away with it. If someone writes a book which is seen to be against caste, which in any way offends Hindu sensibilities, then we raise the issue of free speech, is the argument which is being made by Sumant Raman.
That's absurd because the Indian press, many of us, I certainly did, you did, we protested when Salman Rushdie's satanic verses was banned. The first country to ban it, the first government to ban it was the government of India. And we took a stand in defense of Salman Rushdie. Was he a Hindu? What's the problem there? So, and many other issues of the kind, we condemn fanaticism of all varieties. It's absurd to resort to this argument that this is anti-Hindu because that's the last thing this book is. I don't know if the others have read this novel.
But I'm told a lot of women in this village have protested. Is it true, Mr. Ram?
I'm only pointing out. No, I'm only pointing out the double standards that exist in India. I'm not saying this particular book is. This entire episode is purely a political issue, and I think that there were many
political issue, which is why nobody has stood up. Which is why nobody is standing up. No political party, no Dravida party is standing up here for Mr. Murugan. My limited point.
No, Dravidian parties are not standing up because caste is involved, Rajdeep. If it was only pure Hindutva and purely religion, no. If it was a purely anti-Hindu, the DMK would have been out on the streets protesting. They're keeping quiet because they don't want to antagonize the Gaundars in the Kongu Velanar community. It's very, very clear. Because this is caste plus religion, everybody wants to back off. If it was pure anti-Hindu, I'm sure you would have had at least the DMK would have been making a noise about it.
You agree with that? And Ram, if this book was purely seen in anti-Hindu terms, did not have a caste dimension, then the Dravida parties would wake up. So freedom of speech is selective, is the broader argument being made. Not necessarily about you, but the argument being made about our civil society and our political class.
There is nothing here against any particular caste. It's set a decade before Indian independence, and it tells the story of a loving couple who are childless and face the problems in society, the cruelties of people who are childless in society, in that farming family, and that's what it's all about. But look at the artistic value of this book. Here's a writer at the height of his creative powers who's been stopped in his tracks. Is this what contemporary India is coming to?
So what would you like to see?
As
Let me ask both of you this.
Against the
what would you like to see happen? Would you like to see the AIDMK government step in and give him protection? What would you like, Mr. Ram, to happen now?
I condemn the administration.
I want to ask both of you this.
Standing up, for putting pressure on this writer, forcing him into this tight corner, and I hope he gets resurrected. I hope that he's reborn as a writer. It's quite possible, because let's not forget, there's tremendous support from the intellectual community, from Tamil writers all over the state. Nothing like this has been seen. People stand up, but they are not they're not moralizing on it, passing moral judgment on what Perumal Murugan should have done. But it is a case of somebody who has been targeted viciously, unconstitutionally. The administration has failed to uphold the law. If somebody had gone to court, I have no doubt that in 5 minutes they would have had it settled.
So, Sumant Raman, I'm just giving you 30 seconds. Do you believe that the Tamil Nadu state, the government must offer protection? Can writers on their own challenge any of these groups, particularly as you said, because this has a potent caste and religious mix? Who's going to challenge the fringe in this case? And the fringe in this case is mainstream in Tamil Nadu.
Two elements, two points, Rajdeep. First, should they have given him protection? Absolutely. There are no two opinions that he should have been given protection. I do not even know what is the kind of legality of the agreement that was worked out at the Namakkal, collectorate and all that. We don't even know what, what kind of legal standing that kind of agreement that is made with these groups and all that. But yes, they should have given him protection. Absolutely, there is no two opinions on the fact that freedom of speech must be protected. But again, we need to point out that there are double standards. In this particular case, it's not about the book. It's about the BJP trying to build a constituency and the Hindutva outfits trying to build a constituency for themselves in Tamil Nadu. So it's got nothing to do with Mr. Perumal Murugan or his book.
I'm going to leave it there. It's clear at the moment that fringe groups, in this case in Tamil Nadu, potent mix of caste and religion, have tried to silence an author. Appreciate N. Ram and Sumant Raman joining us there on our Face Off.